they're going to do the presentation with it as a package, but when it comes back, it's going to be in two parts. And they'll talk about that. No, she's not going to be here tonight, I don't think. Yeah, her mom passed away.
You still have a quorum, right? 'Cause it's more than
It's 3. Mm-hmm. The time is now 5:30. We're going to call to order the Finance and Purchasing Committee meeting for January 20th, 2026. Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom,
Present.
Alderman Florian, Alderman Bolton, Alderman Felix,
Present.
Alderman Martinez.
Present.
Of a quorum. Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of January 5th, 2026?
Motion.
Motion by Alderman Felix.
Second.
Second by Alderman Martinez. Are there any questions on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item D, public comment. Is there anyone in the audience who wants to speak on any item on the agenda? Hearing none, we're going to move on to item 2, old business. There is none. Item 3, new business. Item A, a resolution authorizing and approving entering into a license agreement with Emerge Next Networks LLC for seasonal concession and professional events support services at the Waukegan Beach. Can I get a motion on the floor?
So move.
Motion by Alderman Martinez,
Second.
second by Alderman Felix. We have Ms. Alyssa. You can come to the podium. And if there's any questions, good. Is that mic on? While she's getting set up, can I get a motion to seat Alderman Florian?
So move. Second.
Motion by Alderman Martinez, second by Alderman Felix. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. You can go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to address us regarding Alchemy Beach. Emerge Next is a experience company, and Alchemy Beach is inspired by an organization out of DC, and they have shipping containers, which are community amenities, and they're in 6 locations around the DC area. We also have the founder of that organization on the call as well. They're virtual, but we are proposing Alchemy Beach as a community amenity at Waukegan, on the lakefront. So if we can go to the next slide. So introducing Alchemy Beach is an experiential hospitality destination which will be nestled on Waukegan lakefront, launching in hopefully summer 2026. And we are super excited to bring a space where people can come and relax, they can connect. There's opportunity to have beverages at the beach in a specific corral, and we'll go to the rendering in a moment. Again, this is inspired by a wildly successful project called Sandlot, which is in Washington, D.C. They have about 6 to 7 locations across the DMV area, which is D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. And this will be a special opportunity for Waukegan to really showcase our culture, the excellence of Lake County, as well as reflect the communities across the state here at this location. And so if you would like to go to the next slide. So this is a rendering of what the location would look like at the lakefront. You see a small shipping container, which is where we would serve beverages, juices, waters, alcohol, there as well that would stay within the corral. And then on the left side, you see another container, which would be our storage. So that would make sure that everything is very clean at the end of the night and every single day. So there's also picnic tables and a fencing around that area. If you can go to the next slide. This is what one of the location looks like in DC. And if we can go to the next slide. And these are some of the community activities. People will come to pregame, people will come to hang out on the weekends. There's events. If you can go to the next slide. This is one of the locations, which is located at National Stadium, right by the baseball stadium in DC, Anacostia, around the Anacostia area. I can't remember the name. It's called Navy something in DC. And then the next slide. This is, really we focus on the juices. We focus on the beverages. So it's really bringing in community and having a place where people can come relax on a weekend. And if you would like to move to the next slide. And some of the activities that take place in DC at the location are in the mornings on Saturday, the bike groups join, and then they start at this location and they end at the location. Running groups start at this location and they end at the location. There's also flea markets, so they have local flea where people can come and, they on Saturdays, I think it's once a month on a Saturday, it's called the flea, and people can come in and they can sell their goods and they can get certified. So there's a lot of activities and a lot of places that people feel safe to come and gather as a community. Next slide. Again, some more events. Next slide again. There's yoga, there's performances, there's a lot of other activities that happen at this location. And then at the next slide, I think we're towards car shows also gather. So it's really a great opportunity to just have a clever amount of events. And next slide. Again, and next slide, and I think we're getting towards the end, but this is basically just showcasing the work. Ian, are you on the call? Okay.
I am.
Oh.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone.
So Ian is the founder. I don't know if you would like to say a little bit about how Sandlight started and the impact that it's had on the community.
Sure, absolutely, and thank you for the opportunity to give some words. And just a short note, when we started this idea or this potential of bringing this concept to Waukegan, similar to Washington, D.C., we look at a lot of underutilized real estate and really just see if there's a unique way to improve through this type of cultural programming. We're definitely taking something that is either not in full use, but something that can enhance the environment altogether. So most of the locations that we've done in Washington, D.C. proper have either been just vacant parcels or in some instances blighted or abandoned properties, but we work with the mayor's office here in Washington, D.C., Mayor Muriel Bowser, and some of her other agencies under the executive office of the mayor to introduce these types of unique beautification projects that brings a different type of economic activity to Washington, D.C. So upon meeting, Lisa and some of the other folk in the mayor's office, that was how we wanted to present for the Waukegan Beach opportunity in partnership with Alyssa.
Yes, and I grew up in Waukegan, Gurnee, Waukegan. So I remember when there was just so much to do, so much going on, and bringing, being a part of the rebuild and bringing this kind of rejuvenation project too. I think it would be a lot of fun, a reimagination project. So, but very excited to do that because I see all the magic that happens at some of the DC locations. It's just really, I would say 30 and up crowd for the most part, really chill, relaxed, a place where people just feel safe to gather and have a good time, and it's just a really nice experience. And I thought it was inspiring, and I thought it would be great to bring to my home. So, And would love to open up the floor to any questions.
Alderman Florian?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for that presentation. The rendering you showed with the corral area, so will only 21 and older will be allowed in there?
That's correct.
Okay, because we have a lot of families that come to the beach, so, and you said you focus on juices, so I was a little confused about whether only people over 21 would be allowed.
Yeah, currently that's the plan. I mean, the thought, if we had some sort of identifiers, whether that's the bracelet or just making sure that we're just keeping it in a safe space for that, we just could explore what that looks like, but currently, right now, it is 21 and older. in the
Okay,
corral.
and then some of the photos you showed, it looked like there were like stages where there could be, I don't see that in your rendering, though.
Those are stages that were placed there, so they're rented and then placed.
Okay,
in
so
the
you
space.
do plan on having events where there's music and,
We could potentially, I mean, it really does, the programming is something that we're still working on, but, I mean, it would be great, but there's Steiner Pavilion that's down there already, so, I mean, I think we would just be a complement to that. I don't know if we would actually host it within the corral. In these spaces here, there's nothing like a Steiner Pavilion that's adjacent. So this is going to be crafted for Waukegan and for this area, and so each of their spaces, like this particular space that you're seeing on the PowerPoint now is at a place called Tyson's Borough, which is next to, it's like in an apartment area, a residential area, is that correct, Ian? Across from a mall.
Yeah, that's correct, that's correct. Yeah, we don't necessarily build infrastructure to have as like a fixed stage per se, so this would be something that can be brought in and then be broken down the same day.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Alderman Felix?
So if I have understanding, this is to encourage probably the use of our pavilion, because we'll have, food and drinks and whatnot. So I definitely like the idea. And in terms of drinking, just like the Buffalo Wild Wings, kids are going there, no issues or whatever. So I'm pretty sure we can make sure that there's parameters set for underage drinking. Just like even buying something would require an ID or whatnot. So I don't think that would be a big major issue in anywhere of our downtown. So, and it's just that little area that right now, that's what is being proposed, that little area right there on the rendering. Okay. Oh.
Interject right there. That rendering was before we really fine-tuned. It actually be that whole grassy area in the middle. I don't know if we can go to that slide with the rendering, Austin. Can you, or Zach, can you guys go to the slide with the rendering with the corral? Is that possible? Sorry.
Right
So
there.
actually,
Mike.
in our,
So it would be the entire corral area or the entire sand, the entire grass?
yeah, this is an earlier rendering from, we've been working on this project for maybe 18 months. So, yeah, it would be the entire outline in the middle of those sidewalks there.
Okay.
So it'll be a little bit more expanded than what you're seeing.
I think that's good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ms.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Alderman Martinez?
Great presentation, by the way. I just want to, this is for commercial use anyway. This is for no weddings or private parties, right? Okay. And then also, I mean, I think that is very impressive what you guys are doing. It's so community-based, And I went to your website, and I was very impressed with your progress. But it is a business, and I hope that we have the market for it. And I hope that it needs to be marketed very well. Maybe you need to partner up with an agency here that can bring the people in. So it's going to be a working, it would be a working, portfolio and get it moving. But I wish you best. But and I hope it's profitable for you guys too, because we hate to lose that opportunity. But I wish you well. And again, I was very impressed with the whole idea and look forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My question is regarding beverages. I know that you're saying that you're only focusing on beverages. There won't be any food sales. I know we have food trucks that'll be down there. Will people that purchase food be able to come into your corral?
Yes, they can
Okay.
come into the corral.
Okay. All right, any other questions? Okay, can I get a roll call vote, please?
Alderman Newsom,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Felix,
Aye.
Alderman Martinez.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you, Ms. Alyssa.
Very much.
Thank you.
For your time.
Item B, a resolution approving a settlement and release of all claims for the Waukegan Police Department Employee Workers' Compensation Claim Number 230818W021 for an amount not to exceed $30,746.10. Can I get a motion on the floor?
First.
Motion by Alderman Martinez. Second by Alderman
Second.
Felix. Are there any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom,
Aye.
Florian,
Aye.
Felix,
Aye.
and Martinez.
Aye.
Motion carried. We don't have any reports and communications, but they will be given out at our next meeting. Is that February 2nd?
Correct, February 2nd.
February 2nd. Any other questions? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Florian,
Second.
second by Alderman Martinez. We are adjourned at 6 o'clock. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. I said, well, I'll see her tonight. He's got three. Yeah, he's got three books. Yeah. All right. Have a good one. Hi, Chi. Good. How are you? Public safety is at 6 o'clock. Alderman Martinez? Who do we have on this committee? Is he here? Guzman? Oh, down there. Florian's right there. Because we got a presentation. I said we have a presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
How many people can fit on this boat? I didn't see it in the thing.
That's a fine.
Oh, that's right. You, please. I had to ask the sheep down there.
I got a feeling they so
Because I know they're all gonna have all this equipment on there, but I was just wondering how many people can actually ride in this thing. You know, you gotta leave for people that you gonna rescue too. You know, space for that. So I was just wondering. You don't have dining work? Just call it to order. All right, good to see you. All right, good to see you. All right.
All right, now is the time to call the order of Public Safety Committee on Tuesday, January 20th, 2026 at 6:04 p.m. Roll call, please.
Present.
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 Present. Thank you. Okay, at this time, are there any public comments? There being none, we want to, I need a first and a second motion to approve the minutes of the Public Safety Committee held on December 15, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Roll call, please.
All those in favor?
All those in favor?
All those in favor.
Okay, presentations. We have a presentation, Sergeant Reed.
She's a sergeant
Hello, good evening.
for a minute.
I'm Sergeant Briosol Bradfield with the Waukegan Police Department Traffic Division. Today I'm going to walk you through Waukegan's most common parking regulations. These rules are in place to keep streets safe, accessible, and clear for emergency and public works operations. Next slide, please.
So,
Alternate parking hours are from 12:01 a.m. to 11:59 a.m. We recognize residents' concerns about these hours and plan to address them with City Council. Waukegan follows alternate night parking, which applies citywide unless otherwise posted. Between the hours of 12:01 a.m. and 11:59 a.m., vehicles must park on a specific side of the street. On odd number dates, park on the odd address side of the street, typically the east and south side. On the even numbered dates, park on the even address side, usually the west and the north sides. This system helps with street cleaning, snow removal, and emergency access. There are some important exceptions. This rule does not apply on streets that already allow parking on only one side. It also does not apply where there are posted parking restrictions between 12:01 a.m. and 7:30 a.m. on one side. Always follow posted signs first. Signs override general rules. Next slide. So this is an example of what we have posted on our social media platforms to keep the public informed. Next slide. Parking restricted after snowfall, section 21-129. During the winter weather, snow route parking rules take effect. After 2 inches or more of snowfall, parking is prohibited on designated snow routes. You can find these on our City of Waukegan website. After 2 inches or more of snowfall, parking is the restriction stays in place until snow removal operations are complete as determined by the police department. For snowfalls within 6-hour periods, enforcement begins at 6 a.m. These rules allow plows and emergency vehicles to move safely and efficiently. Next slide, please. Snow route penalties and towing. Violating the snow route parking ban comes with serious consequences. There is a mandatory minimum fine of $75. Vehicles parked illegally during snow emergencies are considered traffic hazards. Those vehicles may be ticketed and towed, not one or the other, both can occur. There are also rules where snow can be placed. Snow may not be pushed or dumped onto streets or public roadways. Snow may not block sidewalks, and snow cannot be piled in a way that blocks visibility at intersections or driveways. These rules help prevent crashes and keep pedestrians safe. Next slide. Abandoned autos. So this is an abandoned auto sticker. It's an example of what we place on the vehicles as notice. Next slide, please. It is illegal at any time to park or leave certain vehicles on city streets. This includes unlicensed vehicles, junked or wrecked vehicles, partially dismantled or inoperable vehicles, abandoned vehicles or vehicle parts. This applies whether the vehicle is attended or unattended. When a vehicle is found in violation, it is on the public street, police may immediately tow it to a designated vehicle pound if it is deemed a vehicle hazard. If it is on private property, the vehicle will be posted with a notice. If not removed within the 7 days, the city may tow and impound it. Next slide. Section 21-278 is our authority to impound. The city has legal authority to impound vehicles that violate these parking and abandonment ordinances. These measures are not punitive. They are intended to keep neighborhoods clean, safe, and accessible. Next slide. To avoid tickets and towing, we encourage residents to pay attention to our calendar dates, watch for snow route announcements, follow posted parking signs, and remove inoperable or unlicensed vehicles from public streets. Thank you for your time. We appreciate everyone's cooperation in keeping Waukegan safe. Any questions? Yes.
Questions of Alderman Florian?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Bree. That was great. I'm wondering if you can tell me where exactly in the ordinances it says about the snow in the street, because we've had conversations about that up here, and I thought we had an ordinance for it, and then I called and asked where the ordinance was, and then I was told we didn't have one, so I'm curious where that's at, so I know.
Sure. So it's still under the section of 21-129.
21-129? Okay. Thank you very much.
Bree, yes, Bree, real quick, you can issue a ticket for that. I'm sorry.
Alderman Hayes?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I just had a quick question. Thank you for letting me ask, because I'm not on the committee. You said that the alternate parking is going to come back before council?
The hours of the alternate parking.
The hours, okay. Is there a recommendation coming with it, or when's?
Not at this time.
Okay. We would welcome a recommendation.
First, we want it to be kind of an open discussion between the council, obviously, and obviously it's for your decision. I've heard 6, 7, 8. The mayor mentioned 6 this morning, but obviously.
What do you mean, 6? Ending at 6?
Yes.
Starting at 6, ending at 6?
So the way
What
it
do you
ends
mean?
at 11:59 a.m., having it end at 6. That's just what was discussed.
So it would only go from midnight to 6 a.m.?
I'm not an expert on this,
I
but
believe so.
yes, yeah.
So, but,
It may, the reason we're bringing this up is I've been getting a lot of calls from our residents on it being so late and the citations we've been issuing with people, and their argument is trying to get people to come over that are making repairs. They got to worry about it being, not being able to pull cars out into the street because it's not till the afternoon. It's one of the complaints that's reoccurring, and that's why we wanted to address it with the council in the near future on how you'd like to address it, address the hours, or readdress the hours.
I understand that problem, but then we don't always have plowing done by 6 a.m. We don't always have leaf pick, it doesn't even start till 7 a.m.
Yeah, no, that's a good
I mean,
point.
and those are the reasons we have it, and so if we ended at 6 AM, we might as well not even have it then,
I
because.
do understand. I've been approached by older people on why we're not going back to the hours. So it probably would be a great discussion because there are others that feel differently.
Yeah.
All right, Alderman Newsom, Alderman Donaldworth, you had a question?
Yeah, Bree, there's a ticket there for them pushing the snow into the road. You can call the police and they can come out and give them a ticket.
Yes, sir, if we can prove that the person, or we can see
Yeah, it's
that
right in
they're
front of their
doing-
driveway, right? Or somebody said, hey, they put them out there, okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, I just wanted to check, because I mentioned it to a lot of people, and they think that they can just push it out in the road and let the cars, take care of it. And I've been plowing snow for 35 years, and we try to, if we have to push it across the street, we clean it up and make sure we don't leave anything in the street. But, okay, all right, yeah, and the alternate parking too, it's kind of weird too, because I've been getting complaints where people are just coming over to visit, like at 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, and then they're getting alternate parking tickets. But yeah, I agree, we have to look at that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sergeant Bradford, thank you. Great
Okay.
presence.
I got a question
Let me see what you have.
and an issue with this alternate parking.
Yes.
I mean, I think it's been changed about 10 times since I've been up here, and it's never been honored, period. Never. I don't care what time you put on it, people are not going to honor it. So, that being said, alternate parking, I have a complaint, Glen Flora, between Macquarie going west to Metropolitan. In that stretch on the north side of the street, it's the back of people's houses, so there's no addresses there, nothing but a fence. Across the street is apartments. For some reason, cars are parked along the side where the apartments are. For some reason, I guess they can't park in the parking lot. I don't know if they're registered or what, but they park on the street. But they never moved them. So I saw something in the ordinance that said the north side of the street for even days, south side of the street for odd days. If not otherwise posted, there is no sign there saying that you cannot park there. Are the cars supposed to be alternating in that area?
Yes. On Glen Flora, Macquarie to Metropolitan, yes, except for that small section near the traffic,
By the traffic light?
traffic light, yes.
So on the north side of the street, there's no markings or anything, no stripe curb, but cars never park there. They always stay on the south side of the street, Glen Flora. I don't know if they're ever issued any citations. I mean, that's the third ward. I don't want to jump into the third ward, but I get complaints from
From over
the
there.
north side is the fifth ward.
We could definitely look into that. I'm not aware of, as of right now, if there is a sign or not, but we can definitely check and make sure.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions? All right, moving on to old business. There is no old business. New business. I need a first and a second motion to approve the resolution authorizing and approving the purchase of a rescue boat from Gravois Aluminum Boats, LLC, DBA, Metal Shark, in the amount of $748,358.35.
I so move.
Second.
Okay, any questions to the motion?
That is approximately 350,000
I have a
miles,
question.
563,000 kilometers.
Alderman Newsom?
Take a
Walk around the earth 14 times.
I didn't know there was a presentation.
Doesn't help when it's on Do Not Disturb.
Hi, Chief. How many people does this boat seat?
The maximum occupancy on it is 12.
12.
That would be very tight.
Okay.
So, but yeah, 12 is the maximum. And with equipment, members on there with their equipment, especially if they're going on a dive call, probably more 5 or 6 would be maximum.
Oh, okay. All right, that was my question.
Okay. Anything else?
All right, that's it. Can I get?
Alderman Newsom,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Guzman,
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth,
Aye.
Chairman Martinez.
Aye.
So moved.
All right, I need a first and a second motion to approve the resolution authorizing the execution of the software as a service agreement with Life Safety Inspection Vault LLC.
So moved.
There is no cost to the city. LIV collects payments from the contractors as they upload system reports. Can I get a first?
So moved.
Second.
Second by whom?
Donowitz.
Alderman Donowitz. Any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Aye.
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 Aye. Okay, adjournment. I need a first and a second motion to adjourn at 6:19 p.m.
So
Can I get a
moved.
first? First by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman Guzman. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Call it at 6:20 p.m. Thank you.
questions to the motion? I'd like a resolution approving a joint funding agreement for a federally funded project for Phase 2 engineering for the Washington Street congestion mitigation air quality something rather project. Thank you. It is requested again. It is requested the city approve this resolution for the joint funding agreement. Is there a motion?
Motion?
Second.
Donenworth and Guzman. All right. So this calls for joint funding, but what is the joint funding? What's it going to cost the city?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So this agreement is for us to retain funds from the government. We've already been awarded funds. It's from the CMAQ. That's what it stood for. And so it's an 80%, 20% split. So we will be receiving of the $50,389,000, 80% will come from federal funds, while the city will be responsible for 20%. So this ordinance is just establishing that agreement and making sure that we're able to distribute those funds appropriately.
And I'm sorry, what was the dollar amount?
It's the $50,389,000 from the previous ordinance.
Okay.
So 80% of that will come from federal funds, from the CMAQ fund, and 20% will come from city funds.
Got it. Thank you very much. All right. Are there any other questions? Roll call, please.
Chairman Turner.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Guzman. Aye. Alderman Donenworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item C, request a resolution approving change order number 1 with EJ USA for a not-to-exceed amount of $200,000. Can you explain, well, who'll take the motion first? Is there a motion?
So move.
Guzman?
Second?
And Donenworth. All right. Chris, can you give a quick explanation of this one? It's $200,000 for?
He's coming up.
Oh, Edwin? Oh,
Here he comes now.
Antonio, here he is.
Good evening. Yes, so last year we went out to bid and we didn't have the budget passed yet, so we only, the max amount was 100,000, but when we got the budget, we were awarded, well, not awarded, but we were given 300,000 for fire hydrants.
For what?
For fire hydrants, just for fire hydrants, also valves and, the lead they call for the pipe that extends for a valve also to close the water if the hydrant's leaking or if it's bad.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Any other questions? Okay, roll call, please.
Chairman Turner.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Guzman. Aye. Alderman Donenworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, sir. And now, item D, I'd like a motion for a resolution approving engineering services from Baxter and Woodman for the Old Plain Water Main Replacement Project for Section 2-458, subsection I, subsection 4, subsection Professional Services for a not-to-exceed amount of $363,000. Motion?
So move.
Motion by Alderman Guzman,
Second?
second by Alderman Donenworth. Any questions to this motion?
I have a quick question. Is this work that was already completed, Director? There was quite a bit of work that,
Back
okay,
it.
all right.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is, the whole water main there is, for some reason, it's corroding. We have to get soil testing done there.
Okay.
But we believe it's just the best thing to do there is just replace the water main, and then it does go under the tollway. We haven't had issues there, but we're planning on lining that portion and replacing the rest of the water main.
When do we think that this work will take place?
Maybe fiscal year 28, depending on how quick they can do the design for the project.
Okay. And is this along the same stretch of O-Plane that we were working on in the fall, where there were all those breaks? The name of the neighborhood's escaping me right there.
Yeah,
but-
by Solano, before you get to
Yeah,
Solano. Yeah,
yeah.
we're going to where we had issues, I think, right before the Muslim church there.
Yep,
We
okay.
had another break there, or there was a old hydrant that was installed there. They capped it, but it created a main break.
Will it go as far south as Solano, or will it
Yes,
stop and be
we're-
closer to the mosque?
We're going close to the mosque.
The mosque, okay. All right. Maybe after we can take a look at a map and you can show me exactly where it'll hit, because I'll just want to let those HOAs in that area know
Sure.
that the work's going to be going on.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
So, Antonio, you said you're gonna go underneath the tollway?
Well, the water main already goes under the tollway and then
Okay.
comes back up, down Old Plain.
East to west or west to east?
No, north to south, so it runs north, going south.
Okay, got it. All right, thank you very much.
Yep.
Are there any other questions? Great, thank you, and a roll call, please.
Chairman Turner.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Guzman. Aye. Alderman Downingworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, sir. All right. Item 4A is a presentation, options for the pedestrian bridge over Sheridan Road right there by Bowen Park. It's in 7th Ward. And
Yep.
Who's going to make the presentation?
All right, as you guys all know, we've been, from the previous administration, now up to this administration, where we're looking to take this bridge down because it's in really bad condition. So right now, we're bringing this to the council, to you guys, to get your opinions on this bridge moving forward, while we, see how we're going to do it as far as taking it down, and what are you guys' opinion on what should go back. However, we will be working with IDOT and residents in the area, the Park District, so on and so forth, to expedite those, whatever we come up with, and what we want to do over there. So basically, right now, any questions you guys have on it?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, did you get those, well, no, I asked on the briefing, I'm sorry. I would, okay, so one, how does IDOT feel with it? Because Greenwood Light is so close there. Have you received the answer to that yet or not yet?
No, we haven't gotten to that part yet, but
Because I think that was okay, so this isn't the first time this bridge has
this is
tried.
this is the start of it, yes.
Hasn't been tried to come down. The reason why they haven't done is because I thought IDOT had an issue because of the, if you bring it down, then you have to put a light there or something there to stop traffic, people walking back and forth to the park. And it's too close.
I don't think that was the
remember last
case. However, we will seek that out from IDOT with what we can go with.
Okay.
All right.
And one of the things was a hawk, a beacon flashing light.
Yes.
So, yes.
I remember this is, like I said, I remember this is not the first time they tried to bring this bridge down, just like the one on, what is that, Lewis Avenue also?
Well, Lewis Avenue is pretty much owned by the county.
Oh, okay.
So the county went to Zion and said, hey, we're looking to take this down. I think they made arrangements with Zion, and Zion paid some fees, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on it, and it was taken down.
All right, great, thank you.
Alderman Florian,
You're going to call on me?
I'm calling you.
Wow. Let me get over my shock first here.
Got you.
So that, I would say that bridge, I don't know how you all feel about it, but it's mostly because of the school and the park district. So I love our park district, I love our school district, but really, I think this should be their problem, not our problem. I mean, the park is right there. I mean, I'm guessing that's the main reason this bridge exists is because of Bowen Park.
From my understanding, it was put onto the city that it's the city's responsibility to maintain it and keep it up. Right now, it's not in no condition for us to maintain. It has to come down, and we have to go with something else.
Right, and I just wanted to point out with what Alderman Guzman said, I mean, maybe the state has different rules, but on Macquarie, there's a crossing light right by the light at Macquarie and York House. I mean, that's a half a block. Right. Right, right. Right, so, I mean, I don't know if the state has different rules than the city or the county, but I don't see why we couldn't take it down and put a cross light there.
Well, we will entertain all of those options. That's what this is about.
Thank you, Chairman.
Wait, hold on. We'll, Mr. Hayes? Go.
Thanks. I would just say, if it is our responsibility, that aside from functionality and safety obviously being paramount, aesthetics and visuals here, this is an opportunity to really create a nice showpiece in that area near the park for it along a stretch of beautiful homes in a great area of the city. And we should really take the opportunity to make sure that we're doing it right, not just your standard metal bridge that's going over and in a few years you're seeing rust and it's an eyesore again. So I've seen all sorts of artistic approaches to different bridges, or ways of creating the structure such that it almost looks like an art piece. I understand we're gonna have to operate within a budget, but I would say it's an opportunity to really get it right. So we should be really thoughtful about the visuals as much as we are the functionality. That's everything from the landscaping around the base of the bridge to the colors of the bridge, the materials that are being used. If we do it right the first time, maybe maintenance costs are lower on the back end. So all things to consider.
I think the idea is to remove the bridge, not to replace it. But
I was under the impression we were going to replace it. Okay.
But and I want to let Mr. May speak, and then
I just want to remind you, Chris, there's some slides to show the current state of the bridge. I know everyone's seen it, but if you want to roll through those so people can see the bridge's current state. And I mean, I think Chris's recommendation and my initial reaction was we should probably remove this bridge and go to an at-grade crossing with a mid-grade, I don't know what the term is. Yes, but that being said, we understand there are a lot of stakeholders involved and a lot of feelings, and maybe that's not the best way. So that's why we want to open this up to a discussion, and then we'll be having, reaching out to the park district, school district, and the community as well. So this is a more collaborative, open, approach.
Has there been discussion about replacing the bridge, or is it where?
Either or.
Either or. Okay, so it's on the table. Okay.
But that was my understanding that it was going away.
All right.
So.
Is it in use now? It is. It's still being.
Rarely. In the summertime, when school is in, sometimes they walk the kids over there and cross the bridge.
Okay.
But as a general rule, there's not a lot of foot traffic on it. And of course, during the parade, you may see folks using it. But,
okay.
My thought, and I had thought about this earlier, at both ends there at the bridge and south on Sheridan Road, maybe down by Franklin or somewhere down there, to put up like arches, decorative arches that just said Waukegan Historic District or something of that nature. And there, that could play into your idea about something a little more artsy. So, okay, someone else, Mike? And then Edie.
Yeah, no, I've been out there and I've kept an eye on that bridge for the last 3 years, and it has to come, I'm thinking it has to come down. It's in pretty bad shape, and then hopefully we can do the safest crossing we can with whatever we can do, whether it be those lights or whether it be something else. But I'm open for anything over there, and those houses are beautiful over there, and anything that's there should look good. And
definitely very aesthetically pleasing.
Aesthetically pleasing. There you go.
The question I have, has any study been done to find out exactly how much it would cost to replace the bridge? And we have to keep in mind that we have to have it handicap accessible because it currently is not.
That's correct.
Excellent point. Okay.
Okay, Siorba did a study in 2019. They did the assessment of the bridge. That's where a lot of the pictures came from. And their recommendation at that time was to take the bridge down because the estimated cost, because if we take the bridge down, we have to make it ADA compliant. So we can't just repair it because that would cost even more. Their estimated cost at that time was $10 million.
10 million?
Yeah.
Oh, the bridge is gone.
10 million to
Yeah.
replace the
Because
bridge?
it would have to have the lifts and everything to be ADA compliant. So there's a lot more involved with it.
There's a lot more involved, yep.
Okay, great, thank you. All right. Okay.
Yeah, what the conversation with Siorba was, because we did get a proposal from them, but we wanted to discuss this before we bring it to council for a vote. Like the light that's close to Target, where they got to push the button and it will stop traffic.
Right.
That's the direction that we were kind of talking to them about, because the little flashing ones, it's not going to guarantee that anyone's going to stop.
Right.
All right. Okay, great, thank you very much.
Thank you, Shannon.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh,
Unless
okay, great.
anyone else has
All right.
any more?
Any other questions, comments, suggestions, ideas? Okay, all right, with that being said,
Not on the council for a vote.
You heard it? I don't think we're, oh, okay, hold on.
That was in 2019.
all right, cool. All right, with that, I'd like a motion for adjournment.
Motion.
Motion
Second.
by Donowitz, second by Guzman, all in favor?
Aye.
And we are adjourned at 41 PM.
The time has come for the Tuesday, January 20th, 2026, Waukegan City Council meeting. Roll call, please.
Alderman Florian.
Present.
Hayes.
Present.
Bolton. Absent. Guzman.
Present.
Martinez.
President.
Felix.
Present.
Newsome.
Present.
Turner.
Present.
Donalworth.
Present.
Mr. Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Item B, invocation, led by Jason Dewey, pastor of Sign of Dove Church in Waukegan. All rise, please.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come before you with gratitude for our community and for the opportunity to serve the people. And as your scripture reminds us that if any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault. And so we humbly seek your wisdom and your guidance as this meeting begins. And as your word also calls us to seek the peace and the prosperity of the city, we humbly ask that you grant these leaders discernment, integrity, and humility as they make decisions that affect all of us who live here together. Help each of them to act justly, to demonstrate compassion, and to walk faithfully in the responsibilities that have been entrusted to them. And finally, we pray that this meeting would be marked by respect, by cooperation, and a shared commitment to the common good, so that our city may flourish in peace and well-being. We offer this prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Pastor. Item C, Mayor's comments. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that yesterday we all observed Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a day to reflect on Dr. King's enduring legacy of service that was committed to justice and unity. I want to thank the many organizations and community leaders across Waukegan and in the county who hosted celebrations in his honor, including the North Shore Baptist Ministers Alliance and our very own Waukegan Township. These events remind us that Dr. King's work continues through collective commitment to serving one another and strengthening our communities together. I also want to address the extreme cold weather temperatures we are currently experiencing. Waukegan official warming centers are the Waukegan Library, located at 128 North County, the Patricia A. Jones Center at 414 South Lewis Avenue, and the Illinois Department of Human Services, located at 2000 North Lewis Avenue. I encourage everyone in need to take advantage of these resources. Just as importantly, I ask everyone to look out for our neighbors, especially our seniors, individuals with disabilities, and those who may be vulnerable. A simple check-in or offer of assistance can make a real difference during times like this. Waukegan has always been a community that looks out for one another, and I thank our residents, first responders, service providers for continuing to do so during these challenging conditions. And I remind everybody, we can also do what we call a well-being check. A well-being check, all you have to do is call our 847-360, if I'm not mistaken, 9,000. Is that correct, both chiefs? You can call that number. Either our police officer or our fire department can check in on a loved one. It's called a well-being check. If I'm not mistaken, that's 24/7, year-round, correct? Thank you. I think that was it. All right. That is it for mayor's comments. Item 2, resolutions, proclamations, presentation. Resolution 26R10, recognition of Waukegan Sports Hall of Fame, class of 2025. Mr. City Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You do have this resolution tonight recognizing the Waukegan Sports Hall of Fame class of 2025, and they will be inducted in the Hall of Fame at the luncheon on January 31st, 2026 at Bonnybrook Golf Course. And those individuals in the class of 2025 include Mike Bay, Steve Bay, Jerome Farr, David Greathouse, Bob Melville, Leroy Norman, Warren Smith, and Marcus Zachary. Adopted this 20th day of January. And Mr. Mayor, over to you.
There's a motion on the floor by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman Guzman. Are there any objections to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Hayes,
Aye.
Guzman,
Aye.
Martinez,
Aye.
Felix,
Aye.
Newsom,
Aye.
Turner,
Aye.
Donaldworth.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Motion is passed and carried. And before you go on, I missed the last page on mayor's comments. Sorry about that, everybody. So we're going to go back to mayor's comments. Lastly, I'm excited to share that last week we received great news regarding our Waukegan lakefront. I would like to ask our lakefront coordinator / boss, Lisa May, to share the news with us. She's done an amazing job spearheading this project, and I look forward to seeing it come to fruition. Thank you.
Is this on, Mayor? Okay,
Yes.
great. Thank you so much for the opportunity to address the council and the public tonight. We did receive news last week that we received the OSLOD grant. It's Open Space Land Acquisition and Development Grant from the Illinois Department of Natural Resources. This is a project that has been envisioned by many people in our community for literally decades. When I used to serve on this council many years ago, we were working on these projects. So I'll give you a quick synopsis of the project. The project is a trail, platform, and boardwalk system that provides walking trails adjacent to Lake Michigan, improves beach access through the Waukegan dunes, and enhances viewing opportunities within the natural habitat. The project includes an ADA accessible viewing platform, improved trails with interpretive signage, and boardwalks over the wetlands. So last year, we had a grant for the planning and engineering and design of this project, and so this year, we're very excited. No one works alone in this building. The planning department, my colleagues in the planning department, my colleagues in the public relations department, we have all been working on this grant, and then we had to wait for several months, and we were very excited to learn last week that we've been awarded the money for the actual construction of this project. So we expect the project to, we'll be teeing it up this summer, and at the end of the beach season, we'll break ground on this exciting project. It will benefit all of our residents, regional visitors, and it'll promote outdoor activity. We'll be protecting our natural habitat and providing access to people who may have trouble traversing sand. We're going to get more people into the beach that are mobility impaired. So we're very excited. Mayor, thank you for highlighting this project, and we'll look forward to seeing it come to fruition in 2026.
All right, thank you very much. Awesome, awesome. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. Item 2B, Waukegan Public Library new website presentation, and I think Ms. Tiffany is here. Here you go, Ms. Tiffany. I almost said Tiff, but I'm sorry, Ms. Tiffany.
No, that's okay.
I know.
A lot of people call me Tiff. I am going to let the spotlight go on to the library's IT manager, Isaac Salgado, because he really led this initiative. And we just wanted to share with the community, because the library website was very outdated and clumsy, and we couldn't get that information to the public since we launched it. We've seen a lot of increased awareness and use and response from the community and engagement. So Isaac's just going to give a little broad overview, and thank you. There you go.
All right, thank you so much, thank you. So this website was a lot of months and about a year's work just to get our website up to date. This website was about over 10 years old. And so some of that information that we used to put on that website used to get lost, it was cluttered, patrons didn't know where to find some of the information. If we can go to the next slide. Here you can see this is the front page. You're met with a nice picture of the activities that are going to be happening at the library. That'll change every quarter. Our marketing manager will be in charge of changing that and making sure that we present the right image to the community to know what's happening at the library. Some of the changes that we did, mainly for our patrons and for aesthetic too, is we put today's hours on there. Most of the time, people would go on there, didn't know what time the library was open, didn't know the hours for the weekends. The weekends are a little bit different from the week. The other different thing we added was a nice big catalog search function on there too, so patrons can go on there and search for books, movies, whatever it is that they're looking for, and they can find it right away. The other thing we added to is the language selection at the top. If you notice at the top, you can translate the entire page into whatever language that you like, Spanish, German, Portuguese, whatever it is that you like. Before, we were only limited to English and Spanish. And again, it's very easy to navigate. Things aren't cluttered anymore. You can go to either one of those drop downs and find what it is that you need. Some of the biggest highlights of the page are the book recommendations that we have at the bottom. Those will change out monthly as well. There'll be new and upcoming titles, so depending on adult, teen, children, and board books as well. Okay, next slide, please. And here's just a little preview of the different things under the menu. You can learn how to get a new library card. It'll tell you what you need to get your library card. It'll tell you how you can use your library card as well. Some of the things that we offer, the library things, again, going back to the beach, you can get your chair so you can check it out, go at the beach, sit down. You need a projector, you can rent out a projector as well. To use at home, we have a movie screen that goes with it as well, too, that you can rent out, and you can have movie nights at home in your backyard. The other thing we offer are museum passes to different locations within the area. I know my family and I tend to use the Brookfield Zoo Pass and the Chicago Botanic Gardens, so you can check one of those out as well. Let's see, the other things are, the biggest things that people tend to go for too are for ebooks and audiobooks. We have links that'll take you directly to Hoopla and Libby, where you can check out your audiobooks and your ebooks. Next slide, please. Again, we have it broken down by audience, spaces, and other services that the library offers. You can see it's broken up by adults, kids, families, tweens and teens, parents and teachers, all the different resources that those different groups will need in terms of resources in the area, books, and programming that we offer for kids as well is on there too. In the spaces area, you can see that we have our meeting room, study rooms. If you need to book a study room, you can book a study room. If you're a resident of Waukegan, you can do it on there. Not sure if it asks for a library card. I don't believe so, but there is a checkbox that says if you are a Waukegan resident. You can also put in a request so that you can book one of our bigger rooms, such as our Classroom A/B or a Bradbury room as well on there, just to make it more accessible instead of having to come into the library or call and say, hey, I need to book this room. Now you can do it through our website. And again, it's just a general list of the different services that we offer, such as our computers, faxing, notary, citizenship, tax forms that we offer. Tax season is coming up, so next slide, please. Here on the events tab, you can see all the different events that are going to be happening at the library. We have it laid out by month. If you click on the day, it'll open it up and show you all the different events going on at the library for that day. The other thing on there too, you can see past newsletters that are mailed out to the patrons. And you can also sign up for our e-newsletter, which is other information that gets delivered electronically that might not show up in that newsletter that gets mailed out to you. Next slide, please. And then on this one, it's just a little bit of information about our library, who we are, how to get involved, and then the different aspects of governance in terms of the Board of Trustees, policies, and any public information and FOIA requests as well. So over there, you can see our mission, vision, and strategic plan. You can see some of the art that we have at the library, like our murals that we have in the garage, the statues that are in the front in the Stimson Garden. You can also see in the Get Involved part, how you can be a part of the foundation board if you would like to help the library be a part of the foundation or be a part of the Friends as well. Friends are very welcoming. They're a great group of people that have helped the library in many aspects as well. Next slide. And again, these are our locations. We have our main library, which is here at 128 North County Street. We have our Hingston Park branch, which is located inside the Hingston Park Field House at 800 Baldwin. And both those numbers, telephone numbers for the different branches are on there. And if you like, you can scan this QR code. It'll take you to the Contact Us page of our new website. And those forms will get filtered to the people that need to get that information, and we will quickly respond to you on those questions that you have. Thank you very much.
Any question, Alderman? Alderman Felix?
Well, just wanted to say that I was viewing the web version, the mobile version. I see that it's really responsive. So, kudos to that, because most people are on their phones. So, well, thank you for the presentation. It was really great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. IT man. All right. Item 2C, resolution approving the reappointment of Jane Hines to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Florian, second by Alderman Turner. Are there any questions to the motion?
Right here.
Alderman Guzman.
How many terms, is this her second term or
Second.
second?
Second, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes. Aye. Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donaldworth.
All right.
Motion passed, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. For everyone, before I move on to item 3, I would like to, for all of us, particularly our city government and citizens of Waukegan, have your hearts and prayers go out to Alderman Bolton, the passing of her mom, and our own very own city clerk, the passing of her mother. As we move through our life and our day, your prayers are certainly be needed as they go through the grieving period of their family members. I just want to put that out there. Thank you very much. Item 3 is audience time, but before we proceed to audience time, I want to take a moment to acknowledge and to take responsibility for the concerns raised regarding previous audience time periods. The tradition is to refrain from engaging with speakers, and I should not have. I apologize to those who felt ignored. We, as leaders, at the same time, hold ourselves to the highest standard. But at the same time, we must remain respectful of the process and lead by example. With that being said, I appreciate the public's feedback, but most of all, I truly, and I mean I truly, appreciate the public's engagement at our meetings. And I thought that was necessary for me to say Thank you, Mr. Blanks, for bringing that to my attention. And thank you to the young men and the young ladies who were here. I assure you, you're going to see what the decorum of this city government is all about, and to the rest of you. That being said, Mr. Clerk, audience time.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You have a handful of people this evening that are going to speak for 3 minutes. I'm going to call the first 4 names. Honorable Diane Hewitt, Lake County Board. Isabella Salcerdo. Ketzia Rodriguez. Abraham Palmaro. And Brother Blanks. You'll have 3 minutes.
Good evening, Mayor, Aldermen. Thank you for giving me the time to speak tonight. With it being the new year and being part of the elected officials for the city of Waukegan through Lake County, I wanted to stop by and give you a quick update on what I've been able to accomplish during my term. The first green sheet that you see is a copy of a letter that I sent out to all of my residents, all 37,000 of them, in November, and I do that twice a year. Plus, we also do 2 newsletters every month for our residents that sign up to receive those. And I'm averaging about 14 to 15,000 every issue. On the next page, it just has some simple things that we've been working on. One of them is stormwater management. And Mayor, we have talked about that situation. That is Lewis and Sunset flooding, and it's also Montesano over by Benny School. There are some issues with funding and things that we've talked about. We've come up with some ideas and thoughts, and we're moving forward on that. So hopefully we will be able to make those improvements happen. The one on Montesano, I can tell you that one goes back to when Paula Trigg worked at the city of Waukegan in Public Works Department. She has since gone on, was head of Lake County DOT, and now retired. So it's been a while that that project has been on the books. And I would be thrilled to see something happen so people don't have to deal with the flooding. We also did tree planting there. That was a pass-through grant through the county to the city, and the city owns those trees that were planted. I was able to complain a lot about some of those trees. We had some trees that did not survive, and I'm glad to say the company that those trees came from, they were warranted, they're coming, they're going to remove the dead trees, and they're going to replace them with new trees. The city also received a pass-through grant for more trees that'll go in a different part of the city. So those are exciting things that help our flooding issues in various neighborhoods. And then there's things like the Lewis Avenue study, and one important to me is the traffic signal at Sunset and Northern. That has been worked on for a long time. If you recall, former Alderman Velko was alderman at the time, and that's when that project started. So that was several years ago. And I will say, with looking at that, that alone is $1 million project that I was able to get to the city. So there's many things here: Wadsworth Road improvement, York House Road improvement, that's from Green Bay Road all the way to Sheridan Road. But then on the last page, it has a total of things that I've been able to accomplish.
Thank you, Commissioner Hewitt.
Something that I'm very proud of, that comes to $95 million that I personally have brought to the city of Waukegan.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Commissioner Hewitt. Isabella Salcerdo, please.
Hello, my name is Isabella Salcedo. Thank you for your time to meet with us. I'm the president of the Pre-Med Club at Cristo Rey, and our goal is to inspire students to pursue careers in healthcare. We would be honored to have firefighters and paramedics from Waukegan to speak with our club and participate in hands-on activities or Q&A sessions. Hearing directly from professionals who serve our community daily would give our students real-world insight into emergency response, firefighters, and public service. We would appreciate it if you can support us in making this dream true into reality for our future doctors of this nation. And to wrap this up, I already had the honor to speak with the chief of the firefighter department, so my issue is resolved. Thank you.
Thank you. Katia Rodriguez, please.
That's what I'm talking about. That's government.
Good afternoon. I'm going to be translating what our president Isabela just said to Spanish. Hola, mi nombre es Ketsia Gabriel. Es un honor hablar con ustedes ahorita. Soy la secretaria del Club de Premedicina de Cristo Rey y nuestro objetivo es inspirar a los estudiantes a seguir y lograr sus carreras en la área de salud y médica. Estaríamos muy honrados para poder tener bomberos y paramédicos de Waukegan hablar con nosotros de las cosas que tienen que hacer ustedes al día, prácticas y sesiones, preguntas y respuestas. Escucharlas directamente de profesionales que sirven a nuestra comunidad brinda a los estudiantes una perspectiva real sobre la medicina, la respuesta a emergencias y el servicio público. Agradeceríamos mucho su apoyo para hacer realidad este sueño para los futuros médicos de nuestra nación. Y como dijo Isabela, muchas gracias. Ya tuvimos el honor de hablar con el jefe de bomberos, así que gracias por su tiempo.
Thank you. Abraham Palomar, please.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Good evening, Mayor, City Council, City staff, and Waukegan residents. I would like to introduce myself to this body and Waukegan as a whole. My name is Abraham Palomar. I just turned 25, and I'm a proud Waukeganite. My parents came to this country to give their children a better future. They raised a humble, respectful, inspired young man, and I am proud of who I am, a young Mexican-American, Latino, and LGBTQ. I have been interested in public service since a young age. I have expressed my interest in serving those in my community. In my current career, I have learned many things about serving our neighbors, thanks to my government experience. I want to take that a step further. I am determined to make change and highlight the importance of a leadership that looks more like Waukegan. I would like to focus on the young people like me. We are the future of the world, there's no doubt about that. Future doctors, lawyers, teachers, public officials, law enforcement personnel, etc. One certain thing that I can tell you about us, young people, is that we are ambitious yet careful, hopeful but not naive. We have seen more younger and diverse officials rise to represent not only some, but all, including the youth, which is extremely important. Many are tired of seeing the same established elected officials and are wanting to see change. Established folks will argue one case against us, our youth and inexperience. I'm here to tell everyone that they're wrong. The youth is experienced based off work ethic, transparency, passionate, loud, and like me, ambitious. The youth are not just the leaders of tomorrow, but thinkers, creators, and innovators of today. Our dedication to public service is a beacon of hope and that illuminates a path towards a future where leadership is synonymous with empathy, innovation, and profound commitment to the well-being of all. I am a political science major and have been educated, and I continue to be a student of life. We all should be. The young people like me face walls every day with people telling us what you can and can't do. I'm here to tell everyone to do what you think is right. We will not stand there and let those people tell us what to do. We are the path that will drive us into the future, and I do believe that our voice matters. We must influence all levels of governments and eliminate the status quo. To conclude, I would like to quote the first Latino and LGBTQ public official in Lake County, Anthony Vega, quote, "Young people are not going to wait their turn. They're ready to make change and they want a role in it." I hope to hear from all of you regarding the support and encouragement of young leaders in our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Palomar. Thank you.
Outstanding, outstanding. On
Other
that
blanks.
note, that is the reason why we have to pay our youth the utmost attention and respect when they come up to speak. Mayor, I appreciate and I applaud your words. And as I said before, you know, we all, as human beings, we fall short in our personal constitutions and morals occasionally. We fall short, and then sometimes we fall down, but it's about what we do when we get back up. So we appreciate those words, and I'll call attention to the fact that even, you know, in spite of the fact that it was yourself, along with your 6th and 7th Ward aldermen who violated those rules and regulations, but I would say, sir, you wasn't alone in that, not at all, because any of the aldermen up there at any point could have called for the point of order, because that's what your jobs are, to help hold our mayor accountable as aldermen. So any of you could have stepped in at any time and said, "Mayor, point of order," because I watched for you on many occasions call for point of order for less than when our youth are standing up here and coming to speak. You know, whatever your personal things are you might have about me, your feelings about me, I'm okay with that. My skin is thick, my shoulders is broad. I've been in this city council chambers for a while. I've seen it all. I used to come in here. I watched when when the aldermen, Mayor, you recall when you was an alderman? I used to come up here and I had so much energy, and to the point where I used to watch some of the aldermen literally turn their faces to the wall when I was speaking, just based on my passion. But I appreciate your words, but I say to each and every one of you aldermen that are here, teach by example. When you got young peoples and young speakers that came up like this young man, they deserve your undivided attention from the time they get up out of that seat until they get up here to speak. Take that into consideration. But also take into consideration, let me do one better in a suggestion to each and every one of you as aldermen. Consider taking one person out of your ward, one youth, that you will mentor and bring to the city council chamber and let them see what the city council business is all about. Take that into consideration, and I'll expound upon that more. But thank you, Mayor, for your words. They are appreciated as teaching by example. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Blanks. The last three, Michelle Lopez, Rayon Edwards, and Margaret Carrasco. Again, Michelle Lopez, Rayon Edwards, and Margaret Carrasco. You'll have 3 minutes. Go ahead, Ms. Lopez.
Thank you. Good evening, Council. I am here because hunger in Waukegan is being ignored. And at this point, silence is not a choice. The Roberti Community House is not a food pantry. Founded in 2011 and located at 919 8th Street, its mission is education, health and wellness, and workforce development, the long-term work that stabilizes families and prevents crisis in the first place. But when hunger took hold of this community, especially after ICE activity destabilized households, Roberti did what leadership looks like. They stepped outside of their mission to meet an emergency. They were never funded or structured to carry this alone, yet they fed over 200 families every week, quietly, consistently, without guarantee. Support from a food resource partner was withdrawn without transition, replacement, or coordination, while the partner still continues to operate with the city support. So now, an organization that answered a crisis is being left to absorb the fallout of doing the right thing. I am reaching out today for guidance, for coordination, and for leadership, and I expect to receive a response. I want to be very clear, this is no longer about awareness, this is about accountability. When 200 families are at risk of going hungry, leadership does not get to look away. When a trusted organization fills a city-wide gap, leadership does not get to disengage once the work becomes inconvenient. So tonight, I'm making a direct ask. I'm asking that the City Council to immediately identify an interim food partner or city support resource to serve these families while the Roberti House stabilizes. This is not a favor, this is a responsibility. Roberti Community House has proven its commitment to Waukegan. Now the city must prove its commitment to its people. We will continue to show up, speak plainly, and stand here until we get some answers and replace the silence. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lopez. Mr. Rayon Edwards, please.
Good evening, council, community, and mayor. You know, I'm gonna say a few words on your apology, and I appreciate you giving it, and I hope it's sincere. I wish you had done it a long time ago, because it took that gentleman to get up here to say it when I watched you do it to me several meetings prior to that. As we talk about this remodel, keep turning, you should recuse yourself. You've received $22,000 from those folks. You have no right voting on that. We don't know if you got the money for a vote. We don't know why you got it. You got it in your campaign. And I can list the dates and you should not be voting for that. As well as the mayor, you receive a few $1,000s for them. See, the one thing about this campaign thing is dangerous because we really don't know. We know what you put on paper, but I've been in spaces to see you get envelopes, and it's disgusting. It's really disgusting. And then y'all want us to trust y'all with our business, with our city money. You come out here and you ask for our vote that you're going to do the right thing, but you taking all of this money? What did you do with it? Because I know you didn't spend $23,000, $22,000 on those signs. We need to explain to this community that, as I said to you 3 Latino aldermen, for this city to have so many Latinos up in here. And I watch y'all get up here and vote for everything. But ain't neither one of y'all voted to have those agendas in Spanish. Ain't neither one of y'all spoke out about having an interpreter up here to translate for people that get up here to speak. Because that Latino community deserves to know what's going on to the city too. But see, you don't do those things because it's about self and self-interest. Y'all advocated for your friends to get alcohol licensing. You didn't have no problem doing that. But it's sad because the same thing you all advocate for is killing the people of this community. You ain't fighting for shelters. You ain't fighting for food pantries. And then we asking y'all to do one simple thing, to put an ordinance in place. That's part of democracy, to be able to recall. But let me guess, y'all don't want to do it because y'all was told if you do it to one, then one going to be doing it to you. We never had intentions on recalling nobody, but we deserve that right. Because as it stands right now, nobody can discipline them. We have to wait till the next election to do so. We need a recall ordinance in place so when y'all fail to do the work of the people of this city, we have an option. We shouldn't have to wait to discipline y'all. Y'all don't wait to discipline us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edwards. Margaret Carrasco.
Yes, good evening. Waukegan, this is the last time I'm going to warn people. It's just a matter of time that ICE, we know, will be returning to Waukegan, okay, to Illinois. And this to do one of their huge operatives. And I promise when they return, it will not be the same as the last time. So tonight, someone has to say it. So here we go. Federal agents, ICE, HSI, state police, are all agents of law enforcement. Therefore, if you box them in and are chasing around them around town, in the political climate that we're in 2026, you're going to be arrested for ambushing them. Those are the charges they're putting on all these people who are doing it, and could end up, and the worst part, and I want to bring people's attention to it, you could end up in a deadly situation. Because this time around, they are going to use force. They will shoot you. They have real guns now. Or they may use one of their many new military Nazi Gestapo guns that they have now, such as the heat ray guns, which are going to give you first-degree burns. Or how about the LRAD, which are long-range acoustic cannons, will leave you deaf or cause internal bleeding, depending on the person. And there's many more. So I repeat tonight, do not box in these ICE agents, law enforcement, any kind of vehicles. You're breaking the law when you do that, and you're putting yourself in danger. And also ICE, I believe that what you're eventually going to put yourself, like I said, in deadly force. And so that's the reason why there's many new tactics that they're coming up with. So we moved our event to tomorrow night. It's at 7 o'clock at La Canoa. And it says, it's titled Illinois, get informed about ICE new operative military weapons tactics. Their new tactics, which are just appalling, similar to Nazi Gestapo, okay? Wednesday, tomorrow the 21st at La Canoa, 50 South on Green Bay Road at 7 o'clock. It's a free event. It will be bilingual. And the last thing that I decided I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be outing people. Those persons, we have one person here in Waukegan who is bragging about how he has on speed dial.
Thank you, Ms. Carrasco.
Reporting Waukegan families to ICE. Thank you.
Uriel Rivera, please.
Good evening, everybody. I'm not used to speak a lot, but this is my third time I come up here. And the problem I do have, and I had it before, that was because somebody stole my identity. And Chief Navarro, he didn't do anything. So I hope with some, you're here today. He closed the case, but the case wasn't closed because this is a federal matter. So, and instead to Mr. Navarro, Chief Navarro, maybe instead of putting all your time and getting new police station, should be start arresting people in Waukegan, because we got very bad people in Waukegan. So, and this person who stole my identity, a lot of you guys know about it. So you guys see the first page, he gives food, he's got pantry every Sunday, but on Thursdays, he's got VIP friends. So he give, for $10, he give a bunch of food to that person, to every of his friends, VIP. So, and I think it's wrong, so I'm here because I want you guys to take the permit away. Because next time I will be here, but I will be here just not here. I'll be in Waukegan with my colleagues. Federal people come in to start arresting people because my case almost is done. So it's getting close to it. So people who help them out to getting permits and stuff like that, they've been watching them. They see what they've been doing it, and it's going to be a lot of arrested. So make sure 2026, this person revoke his permit, because he's not doing anything for our community. He's charging for food. He's not supposed to be charging for food. He should be given to them. Every Thursday, between 10 o'clock in the morning to 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he gives food, special food to his VIP's friends. He charges $10 a piece. And they getting a big bunch of food. And then on Sundays, wherever they don't, the people don't take it, he give it to them. And I think it's wrong, because we have a lot of people in Waukegan who needs food without paying. A lot of people who they don't know about this stuff, but he's charging. And right now he's selling some tickets for some raffle. So before you ask, when you go to get the food, they make you buy a raffle ticket for $5. It's going to be March 1st. One of you guys just send somebody to get food. And you will see that they're going to make you buy a raffle ticket for $10.
Thank you. Mayor, that concludes your audience time.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Item 4, consent agenda. Items under consent agenda are considered routine, non-controversial, and will be approved by one motion. If any one board member wishes to have a separate vote on any item, it will be pulled from the consent agenda and voted on separately.
I'll make the motion.
All right, I'm going to read them, but I got your motion already there. Get a second down at number. Motion to approve regular meeting minutes from Monday, January 5th, 2025. Motion to approve vendor payments dated January 19, 2026, in the total amount of $2,624,583.92. Motion to approve regular payroll dated January 9th, 2026, totaling $2,122,377.16. Item D, motion to approve and ratify miscellaneous payroll dated January 9th, 2026, in a total amount of $48,557.60. Item E, resolution approving and authorize the purchase and installation of bay heaters for Grossi Medical Contractors of Illinois, Inc., The project is not to exceed $49,080. Item 4F, ordinance adopting the 2026 zoning map amendments. Items 4G, resolution authorizing, approving, and execution of a release and settlement agreement by the City of Waukegan, between the City of Waukegan and case number 2024, C as in Charles, A as in Apple, 1944, EEOC number 21, B as in A, B as in boy, A as in Apple, 40997, for an amount not to exceed $175,000. Items 4H, resolution approving agreement and authorization, and agreement and authorizing the execution therefore by the, between the City of Waukegan and GovernmentJobs.com, Inc., DBA, NeoGov, for a 5-year agreement not to exceed an amount of $413,378.97. There's a motion by Alderman Turner, second by the Alderman Martinez. Any other questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes. Aye. Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donaldworth.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Motion's passed and carried. Items 5, there being none. Item 6, there being none. Item 7, new business. Ordinance approving conditional use permit for a small community residence at 509 Julian Street. Zoning calendar 2812. And.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Turner, second by Alderman Florian. Any other questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Guzman. Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donaldworth.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Motion passed and carried. Item 7B, a resolution approving intergovernmental agreement, IGA, with Lake County for their public Wi-Fi installation project. Presented to Community Development Committee on January 5th. Motion by.
Actually, I'd like to put a motion to hold this over.
All right, I'd like to hold the matter over. Alderman?
Yes, sir.
Second word, Alderman.
Can I ask for what reason, Alderman?
Well, because I have more discussion on it.
What, just to make sure, because I know we spoke before. That yearly amount was not clear, I believe, to you. Can we give the figures for what that yearly amount would be after this first year for the free Wi-Fi?
Sure, and other staff and the county team are also here and available to answer questions tonight. So the county is funding the installation and the initial fees. The city would have the ongoing fees, which is a contract with CDW, so that they maintain, do all the repairs and that kind of thing, and then the service provider. It'll be under the $20,000, $25,000 purchasing threshold on an annual basis.
On an
And we
annual-
may be able to even further reduce that if we do a multi-year, a 3-year or a 5-year.
Okay, so here's my question. Okay, so the way I see it is it benefits like 2 or 3 classes of people. Okay, each first class that doesn't, I mean, the way I see it, everybody has a cell phone, either by AT&T, T-Mobile, or whatever provider you have. It has unlimited internet access, so I don't see how it benefits the regular person. It benefits basically the homeless or whoever can't afford a plan. That's 1. 2, it benefits the businesses. So now we're in the business, the government is in business to provide internet service, because everybody down there who owns a business or doesn't own a business owns a POS system that runs, or credit card statements, which runs on the internet. So that means their $150 or $200 or whatever they're paying a month is no longer subsidized by them. It's now subsidized by the residents of the city of Waukegan. I find that unfair. A third person that it benefits, I heard that it goes all the way to the lakefront. So now the Port District can get away from theirs, that whatever they're spending, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. So the rich person who owns a boat can now, that the residents of Waukegan now pay for their Wi-Fi so they could watch Netflix, Hulu, or whatever they're watching, or whatever ESPN game they want to watch. So I don't see a benefit for anybody in the city of Waukegan or any resident of the city of Waukegan to come out with the taxpayers' dollars to pay for their internet. because we all have a plan. We all have hotspots that we can forward to the person right next to each other. So who does it benefit?
And thank you for the question, Alderman. That's not uncommon. Again, for everyone in the room, my name is Thomas Maylard. I work for the mayor's office. Since 2020, I have sat on behalf of the city with our broadband efforts, with the school district, with all of our community partners. In 2020, we did a broadband master plan that reviewed all of these sort of feedback of what was our community need for internet, right? Which asked these exact questions: who would benefit from it? And what we really found out during COVID and since then is that there are a lot of need in this city. Easiest first example is our school kids. During COVID, what was really exposed was that there was a tremendous need for internet access. The school ended up deploying thousands upon thousands of hotspots in order to serve our families. Our families are certainly people that we want to be using our downtown. They would certainly benefit from an access to being able to extend their stay downtown. That is certainly the intent, not just the random person that may be here one time and gone. There certainly is a need amongst our community that we do see the statistics from surveys. We did actually a mailed survey to every household in Waukegan that really identified a lot of that. We're happy to provide that data to you, Alderman. Number two, to your question about to the businesses, that's not an uncommon question, an uncommon concern about how do we make sure that someone's not being abusive of internet. Easiest way to do that, you can put parameters on it. We can sit there and have restrictions on someone not uploading a unusual amounts, that their download isn't creating an undue strain on there. And so whether that was a business and a POS system, we can certainly build that out. Similar, we can build controls including content so that you don't have someone utilizing our system, a public system, for explicit content, things of that family nature. And then third, in terms of the port, I will actually point that the map that I think you all have seen is actually not reflective of the final footprint of the program. The Port District currently does have free internet as part of their already services. I'm sure you're aware of that, but just for the room. So this would not be actually touching that footprint. The footprint that would extend towards the lakefront, the harbor, would cover Metra. And certainly from those that are working class professionals while they're waiting for the train, maybe while they're waiting for another train to come, morning or evening, that's something that would certainly be serving their needs.
Can you also add to the smart city components that would be involved with this, with the free Wi-Fi?
Absolutely, that's a great amenity that this is really going to enable. So certainly as infrastructure need to adapt, digging is not always the most ideal thing, right? We understand the state of the bricks. That's a long-term project. We're working on that this spring, but in the meantime, putting conduit down, that's an involved thing. So what this is actually going to enable us to do is to have them speak with, if we like, our parking meters. Our parking meters, then we can get real-time data from them, speak with those. We can understand in terms of impact on Genesee shows and things of that sort. They can be utilized to speak with our traffic signals. Also, in terms of working with our police department, and we can actually expand our ability to have security cameras downtown. Obviously, safety is always a concern for everyone. We want to have a safe and fun downtown. Part of that is actually enabling additional bandwidth we currently cannot equip due to the kind of the old fiber that's downtown. But yeah, great question.
Okay, let's go with the points that you just made. School kids, you're talking about college kids basically, because, or anybody out there. Again, the plan, 100% Wi-Fi, you could do hotspot, you could connect it up to a laptop or any kind of Wi-Fi single. So there's your internet, unlimited. I mean, the technology, I would have argued with the technology maybe 10 years ago when everybody didn't have a plan. But now everybody has. Professionals, same thing. There you go, catering to the rich, people who have jobs and stuff like that. Okay, they have their ways to pay for it. Why does the taxpayer always have to pay for basically the rich?
And Alderman, I'll certainly shout out the county as partner. They have been working with us.
That's why it needs to be put on hold. Let's put this on hold and let's continue the conversation.
Can I mention too? I definitely respect
Everybody.
the hold, so definitely we can continue the conversation. But I just wanted to make sure that we point all the things out, the positives, and not everyone can afford, even now, a phone, or, not everyone can afford it, Alderman. We're not there yet. I don't know if we'll ever be there yet, for this technology to be free. Businesses would not be, they would not be operating unless they have to charge in some kind of way.
So everybody, not to belabor this, but we do have we have an owner asking for a holdover. Unless there's a request to withdraw the holdover, then I think we need to just wait next week. Is there a request? Is there a request? No? I'm going to say we're going to go to the holdover, but I want to go to Alderman Florian because I know you had something to add to that.
Aren't we on a timeline with this? Like, isn't there?
County, are we on the timeline? Our county partners are here.
We are in discussions with our current vendor, CDW, to try and get this thing moving so that it's done by early spring. So there is, of course, a timeline. The county just acted on this intergovernmental agreement this past week, and it passed unanimously at our county board meeting. So certainly looking forward to partner. The intent is not to support the rich or individuals of that nature. I think a lot of this initiative was born out of photographs that were taken at a local McDonald's with kids sitting on a curb outside trying to go to school that did not have access to any kind of internet.
All right, so we would thank you. Thank you very much. What we will do is bring this back up in 2 weeks.
Mayor, can I say one more thing,
Alderman-
please?
sure.
So I don't think any of Alderman Guzman's concerns are going to change in the next 2 weeks. I would like to vote to override his holdover and see if we can just vote on this tonight and get this done. We're trying to work with the county. We're trying to get this done in time for spring. It's fine if Alderman Guzman wants to vote no, but I think we should vote on this tonight and move this forward. I believe most of us are going to support this. So is there anyone who will
There's a
override
motion
the
on the
holdover?
floor. There's a motion on the floor to override. Is there a second? There's a second. A motion and a second to override the holdover of Alderman Guzman. Roll call, please.
Alderman Florian?
Aye.
Hayes? Aye. Guzman?
No.
Martinez?
I just quickly want to say there may be some kinks and hiccups that can be solved, so my vote is yes. I don't want to hold it over, but yes, aye.
Felix? Aye. Newsom?
Aye.
Turner?
No.
Donaldworth?
Aye.
Okay.
There's a the motion to override is overridden. So now there's a motion on the floor. The original motion is on the floor for a vote.
Alderman Florian?
Aye.
Hayes? Aye. Guzman?
Absolutely not.
Martinez?
Aye.
Felix?
Aye.
Newsom?
Aye.
Turner?
Is there anything that if you don't have it, the government should not provide it for you? Absolutely against this. All of the reasons that Alderman Guzman mentioned are absolutely valid, 100%. Furthermore, if you look at that plot, it only covers a small section of downtown. It's not covering the whole city. And if you got a few kids that can't get the internet at McDonald's, does that mean every taxpayer should pay to have them? You know, it's crazy. This is absolutely a phenomenal waste of money. We have other things that we should be spending our resources on. My vote is an absolute no.
Donaldworth?
Aye.
Motion passed.
Motion's passed and carried.
We appreciate the feedback.
Item 8, closing items, Alderman's time. Mr. Clerk, Alderman's time.
Thank you. Alderman Florian?
Thank you, sir. So I wanted to reiterate what the mayor said about the warming centers. I listened to the weather report for Friday, and it's, with the wind chill, it's supposed to be 47 below. I'm assuming the schools may closed Friday. So, I mean, that's pretty darn cold, especially for our community members that are unhoused. So again, the library, the Patricia Jones Center at what I will probably always call Belvedere Park, but is now Corinne Rose Park, and the Illinois Department of Human Services at 2000 North Lewis. So those are places you can go during the day to stay warm and get out of that, what will be brutally cold weather. I want to thank Public Works for finishing up the leaves. This was probably the worst year ever. I know it wasn't your fault. It was late leaves, early snow. It was a mess. It wasn't just Waukegan, though. I drove through Gurnee, Grays Lake. It was a problem everywhere. So I did get many complaints, but eventually people were happy they finally got picked up between the snowstorms. So thank you, Chris, to you and your crew for making that happen. I know you had to supplement what LRS was doing. And then I'm just going to highlight a couple things. There was an article in the New Sun today from the Lake County Partners about all of the great things going on in Lake County with investment by businesses. In 2025, businesses spent an aggregate of $633 million to build, expand, or improve facilities. The $633 million for 2025 provided 35% of the capital spending in the county for the past 5 years. So it was, out of 5 years, it was 37% of the amount spent. So it's a leading factor, making the past year the strongest for at least the last 28, 30 years. So businesses in Lake County had a record year, adding hundreds of jobs, retaining hundreds more. And the big issue, or the big news, was Fortune Brands expanding its Deerfield corporate headquarters, and AbbVie planning a $195 million plant in North Chicago. So it's amazing some of the things that are going on in the county, and all of these things lead to the housing shortage that we've been talking about up here for a couple years now, and why we need to get moving on some of the projects here right in Waukegan to capitalize on. Now is the time to bring people into the community. So thank you, have a good night, and please try to stay warm.
Thank you, Alderman Florian. Alderman Hayes.
Thank you. A resident, rightfully so, brought to my attention that we do not have recycling receptacles downtown. And I think I'm not talking about the blue LRS receptacles that we all have at our curbs on garbage day, but a decorative recycling receptacle to go with the garbage receptacle downtown. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think we should support recycling efforts. So I would just ask the powers that be to help me look into this and see if it's something that's financially viable and what that rollout would look like. In addition, I thought that the comment tonight about the inevitability of ICE returning to Waukegan is timely. It is important. I know that we passed, if memory serves, a resolution. However, I think that there's other efforts that we can make. One could be an executive order. Another could be an ordinance. But I think those are largely symbolic, but nonetheless very important. But I would also say that we need to develop and thoroughly think through the opportunities for community outreach. I know that there was a unbelievable unification throughout the community when ICE was here the first time, but I think that we could expand upon that, and even do a better job. It's not knocking the job that was done before. I just think that we can roll it out and really do a nice job of just explaining to people what happens if ICE comes, and having backup plans, and all of the information that the police did such a good job of rolling out along with some of the community groups. And I think that the city could use its PR efforts or leverage its public relations efforts to potentially reach out to people as well and kind of explain what to do when ICE comes back, what the city council can do, what the police can and can't do, so that everybody's on the same page. So I would encourage us to get ahead of that and do everything we can to let the community know that we stand with them. We don't want ICE back. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Hayes. Alderman Guzman.
Good evening. I just want to say, I want to start off with hold accountability, like Brother Blink said at the podium during audience time. He is 100% correct. Sometimes we get emotional. Thank you, sir. Sometimes we get emotional. We get on that podium because I remember the times that I used to go up there, and it is correct. They should not engage, and, you know, it happened, and it has happened before. And Brother Blanks also mentioned something very clearly, that every alderman is also responsible up here while they're up here, that we could have called point of order or said, Mayor or Alderman, please, let's just move forward. And I do want to hold accountability for myself, because I am a very outspoken alderman. And I do want to say I apologize for not saying anything and just being frozen there. You know, it caught me off guard. At one point, I was confronted at the elevator and said, why didn't I say anything? And I didn't remember I was here. I even had to go back to the whole thing, because I've missed a couple council meetings because of my emergency services job. But he is correct. We are hold accountability. We should hand to a higher standard. And I do want to say my apology for not intervening in that situation there. Okay, I was very disappointed with my holdover not being held over, because I think I held a very good point about who's going to benefit from the internet. This is another something that I advised last time with a different project, which was the increase of the homelessness. I think this is, I mean, we want to decrease it in the downtown area. I think this is going to help it increase. And hear my words. In a couple of months, you're going to be saying, Alderman Muser, you are correct. And who's going to benefit? But I'm going to work with the city, since this is now being approved, to try to limit on how many or what kind of provisions that we can put in place so somebody who's not using so much data in it or using it for beneficial, and the taxpayer holds the bill. And again, once again, the taxpayer holds the check and has to pay for it. That's unfortunate, but it's we are here. We are, and we have to move forward. Second thing, snow and cold. Middle of January. Now the Arctic weather has started coming down, and it's been really, really cold outside. Remember the warming centers. Remember your neighbors. Anything can happen in the middle of the night. Please be aware. You know, heaters break down. This is all mechanical. Okay, it's all mechanical, so anything can happen. Please be kind. Look out for your neighbors. Make sure if you don't see them in a couple of days or something like that, knock on their doors or something, see if they're okay, and let's all be neighborly, and let's move up. Remember, we live in the northern part of the United States of America. What a great country, but it is cold. So please watch out for them. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you, Alderman Guzman. Alderman Martinez.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk and Council. I do want to focus on the piggyback of the Alderman Florian was saying about the frigid temperatures that we are currently experiencing. I just want to give you guys a quick reminder about frozen pipes and ways to not have them frozen. A tip that I would like to give my constituents and the residents is that remember to let one of your faucets kind of like drip lightly. That way you can get the flow going. That's what it does. It avoids the pipes from freezing. So please, you know, heed that warning, take my advice, but if you just let your water trickle a little bit, get the current flow going, that should help you. I've seen in a couple instances broken pipes, so one of the causes is because there's no flow. So please do so at your convenience. Also, as Alderman Florian had mentioned, the weather is frigid. Please know where your warming centers are. Again, as indicated earlier, one is at 2000 North Lewis Avenue, and that is at the Illinois Social Security office there, right across the street from McDonald's. And then we also do have the public library located at 128 North County. And then there's the Patricia Jones Center. Also, just want to remind everyone to look out for the kiddos. You know, again, because it is cold, it's frigid, I'm hoping that they do cancel school because it's just ridiculous to be out there in that cold. It's inhumane to be out there. But I just wanted to voice my concern with that. Most importantly, I do want to touch upon the projected roadwork improvement plan for Lewis Avenue from Glen Flora Avenue to Grand Avenue. We still have homes that are not in compliance with the lead service lines in their homes. In order to proceed with the project, these homes need to be checked and cleared. We have been working diligently and working on lead service line replacements. However, there are still many outstanding addresses in the 3rd Ward that require compliance. It is crucial that you comply and respond to ensure that we can move forward. Although I have visited most homes and received some responses knocking on doors, many are still pending, many are still afraid to open their doors. So I will be out there again as soon as I can to those homes that who have not been in compliance, and hopefully we can get some cooperation there with that. If you have any questions, you can also reach out to me anytime, or you can call Public Works, Alexandra, and she can be reached at 847-360-9717. We do have Spanish-speaking staff to assist you, so sí hablamos español, so please reach out and get this thing resolved. A few of the happenings I attended this last week included a peaceful and lawful protest along with other individuals holding signs in the corner of Lewis and also Belvedere, condemning the recent death of a court citizen, Renee Nicole Good, who was fatally shot by ICE in Minnesota. Just as conducted last week at the corners of Belvedere and Lewis, as mentioned. Special thanks goes out to Triple C's for organizing this great event. And one also event that I also attended yesterday was the Dr. Martin Luther King Dreamers Breakfast Program. This special event is always so powerful and uplifting as we celebrate Dr. King's legacy. Many drum major honorees from throughout Lake County were honored for their dedication and continued commitment to live by his dream of racial equality, justice, and unity for our city and county. Great job to Mark Jones and his staff for outstanding program. I came away empowered, inspired. Great speech by Jesse Jackson Jr. So it was just an outstanding event. And if you don't go, then you're really missing out. If you need to get a hold of me, I can reach at 847-390-2689. I just ask my constituents to be safe, be mindful, and let's all be good neighbors. Good night.
Thank you, Alderman Martinez. Alderman Felix.
Thank you. Every year, we do gather together for a special breakfast. I also attended this special breakfast for Martin Luther King, hosted by the Waukegan Township. This reminds me why hope matters. Even one of those, on the coldest days of the year, it's always cold for some reason on that Monday. But you always can feel the warmth by the people that are attending. It's full of energy. This gathering reminds me that we have to keep dreaming. And that's plain and simple. We have to always keep dreaming. Dreaming of a better future for our families, for our children, and for the people who call this community home. And if we stop dreaming, you know, that's we can allow other things to happen that is not good for our community. Progress doesn't start in the government buildings alone. It starts in rooms like the one that that I attended, full of people, full of different organizations, different levels of the government, different people gathering together for a good cause and remembering, kind of like a powwow to take on the year, I would say. I did speak to, so it was a great event, and it was great to see a lot of my colleagues there attending. I also did speak to the director of Mano Mano. You know, for me, I see when I'm looking out there at other communities, I'm seeing if there's any change. Like, I'm looking at updates. There's updates. There's a lot of updates that our cities are doing that we are not doing yet. So, you know, I did speak to our chief of staff. He's up for the discussion, but you know, also just want to, we're in a hurry. We're in a hurry before the cold breaks. We want to make sure that we do the latest things that are possible for cities and that other cities are adopting. So, you know, I'm gonna have a conversation with the director about what my ideas are, and hopefully with the support of this administration, we can push these ideas forward. Of course, if they make sense, and you know, but they should, because other cities are doing it. So I just want to, you know, give an update there that I'm working on it. You know, I'm trying to get people together in the room to discuss some of these things that we can do, and people that have influence, whether it be influencers, business owners, non-for-profit owners as well, to see how we can get together, getting ready for hopefully not a big wave, but if we do have ICE coming into our community, seeing what we can do and what words to say when we're recording, to focus on process and you know, to make sure that their rights are not being violated. Lastly, I did also attend the protest with Mr. Martinez, Alderman Martinez, organized by Hands Over Humanity. Their flyer stated, "No justice, no peace." For me, I take it because I try, you know, words matter. Not in, for me, how I take it. There's not a call for violence, but this is a call to realize that there is. How can someone be peaceful if their families are being torn apart? How can someone be peaceful when they know that their community might be under attack? So we can't be peaceful. I think we should continue to, what do you call it, get together and or call out to your alderman. We can make things happen. It takes 5 to 7 votes to get things happening. If we have to do it, if we have to, like, you know, vote on it. Sometimes we don't. We just have to come up with ideas and work with administration to get a lot of these things done. So there's no, shouldn't be a big barrier to getting things done. And I believe that is for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Felix. Alderman Newsom. Thank you. Alderman Turner.
Thank you. I want to reiterate Alderman Martinez's comment about allowing your water to drip. You know, I just texted my wife and asked her to go in the basement, go to the lowest point in your house, let the water go on. A slow drip, 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 drip. It's just enough to keep the water moving in your pipes. Could save you thousands of dollars and headaches if your pipes burst. So, on this thing for the Wi-Fi downtown, again, Alderman Guzman is spot on all of his comments. I also want to add to you on it. I don't know if you guys know how this works. Wi-Fi isn't free, and it's basically a radio signal that goes to a router somewhere, right? Like in this building, there's Wi-Fi. There's free Wi-Fi in this building. Okay, but here's the rub: they can and we do block certain websites or certain types of websites, and whatever you're looking at on the free Wi-Fi is being monitored and tracked and checked. So now you're going to go down to the lakefront or to the downtown Waukegan, and you think that you're doing whatever you're doing in private, as you should be, but you're not, because the county is going to be monitoring it. I got to tell you, and I think everyone who knows me knows that I am pro-law enforcement, pro-police, right? No bones about it. But we have to find a balance between that and a surveillance society, which we are building more and more of a very robust surveillance society. You cannot drive through Waukegan without passing through one of those flock cameras. I like that flock camera, but I'm just saying. And the more you approve more surveillance, the more you put everyone's freedoms, not that you're in jail, but your freedoms at risk. You need to think far beyond the convenience of just spending other people's money. Okay? Thank you. And then, you know, people come up here and they make comments and they make accusations, and then they sashay out of here right? I'm gonna tell you something. And if you don't, just because you may not understand something doesn't mean that someone is doing something wrong. And there are people who come in here and they're always looking for a magic bullet to attack somebody, and they're gonna take them down. Oh, I found out something nobody else know, and it's gonna take you, you're gonna get in trouble. Let me tell you something about campaign financing. You know how he knows how much Sam and I receive from an individual? Because we report it by law. We follow the law. And you can go look at the State Board of Elections and see what we spent the money on. That's how it works. Okay? And I'm not going to go into detail about every specific item, but broadly it might be something like signs, mailings, postage, internet services. You can see all that because we report it. And as for the comment about recusing myself from a vote, it's the legal opinion of the State Board of Elections that an alderman does not have to recuse him or herself from a vote on something that someone who contributed to the campaign. I called and asked them 6 or 8 months ago, right? So everybody's not, trying to put something over on somebody. Everybody's not trying to get away with something. And I apologize for my passion. You guys know how I am, right? Next, last but not least, Saturday, January 31st from 1 to 3 p.m. I'll hold my 6th ward meeting. It's the first of this year. I'll give my report to the ward about the activities in the ward last year and some of the city stuff. I'll have a special guest speaker, which is the first time I've ever done this. I usually don't have people come and speak at my meetings. I'm going to step out of my boundaries this time. And I'll also treat lunch is going to be lasagna from Louis. So y'all come on down. That's Saturday, January 31st, 1 to 3 p.m. And it's in North School, okay? All right, that's what I have. Thank you all for your attention, and good night.
Thank you, Alderman Turner. Alderman Donilworth.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. Yes, I just want to reiterate what everyone said about the Martin Luther King breakfast. I attended that. It was phenomenal. The people who were there, the speakers who were there, it was very enlightening. Everybody was happy. Everybody was dancing. Everybody just had a great time, and we learned a lot of things sometimes people might not know. But I was happy to attend that, and I can't really say any more than the other aldermen have said, that it was just an excellent time and excellent people there. I'd like to thank City Yards, of course, for the leaves. In my ward, it's very hard over there. We have tons of leaves. I was out there on the weekend driving around with them and thanking them for what they were doing and everything out there, because the leaves are all over the place, and they picked them up. And I want to thank you guys very much for doing that, because LRS, I think, left a lot to be desired in the leaf pickup. Again, I just want to thank city workers for all they do, and every time I talk to them, everything is taken care of. And then the warming centers, please, warming centers, check them out. If you need them, you have somebody that needs it. Again, check on your neighbors, check on your family members, figure out what's going on too, and, try to leave the water dripping somewhere, because you might not think that anything's wrong, and you have that faucet that's on an outside wall that you think is fine, and guess what? It's freezing, because you don't realize how cold it is under your cabinet. Your cabinets leave open. Leave your bathroom cabinets open, or anything on an outside wall, leave the doors open. Or, you can even run a fan in there too. But with it being this cold, please let the water drip and stay safe. This is really freezing. This is very bad cold. This is not a place you walk out without a hat or gloves or anything like that to spend any time outside. So just everybody, elders and everyone else, be careful, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Donworth. Mayor, that concludes your alderperson time.
Okay, item number 9,
Mayor?
motion,
Oh, can we get maybe like 5 minutes before we go into closed session?
yes, we will. Motion to go into closed session to consider purchase of real estate for the use of the city pursuant to 5 ILCS 120 /2, parentheses C, parentheses 5. Motion by Alderman Newsome, a second by Alderman Guzman. Roll call, please.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes. Aye. Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donaldworth.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Motion passed. 5 minutes.
He forgot me.
Newsome, you get Newsome?
I'll be back next week with my word of self-accountability for speaking out of turn, and I'll say why next.
So, 5 minutes, 8:30, everybody.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes. Alderman Guzman is gone. Alderman Martinez. Felix. Newsom. Turner. Donaldworth. Okay, adjournment at 8:55.
All those in favor? Aye. Motion passed and carried. Thank you.
Thank you.